Hi class, since this week we are talking about larger systems, fronts, and global circulation, I thought what might be interesting is for me to show you some of the maps and then have you pick out fronts. So I'll show you some tools to use, and then below, if you figured out where you think you see a front, respond in the forum below. So one of the things that we have learned is that a frontal system is going to develop from a low pressure area. So looking at the isobar map will help you to identify where fronts will be, and you would look for low pressure areas. So I've got that here. And you should be seeing that in generally high pressure areas will be have fewer clouds, many times be very sunny. That is not always the case, but so go ahead and pick out those two. So this is a look at the forecast for where the clouds will be, but let me also show you where the current clouds are. I can go to the satellite. And so there you can see. Now around a low pressure center, you will have a counterclockwise circulation. So I'll run this through real fast. Our fronts move generally from the west toward the east because they are pushed by the jet stream, which is in the mid latitudes up above the surface at about 30,000 feet. So we should be seeing a progression of the clouds going generally from the west to the east. And where you have a frontal boundary, the front should be moving from the west. Could be northwest to southeast, southwest to northeast, but generally from the west toward the east. So that should help you a little bit. We also know that along frontal boundaries, we have uplift produced by the front, and so you should see rainfall. So that's another thing that I would be looking at is I would go to the radar picture. This is radar, which will show you where the rain is falling right now. And many times the rainfall will be in bands along the front. So another is a shift in the winds. Around a frontal boundary, let's see if we can get this a little darker. And I go in a little closer. You should see the winds ahead of the front coming from the southwest, and then behind the front, they should be coming more from the northwest. And around the actual low pressure system, you will see that they will be circulating around to the counterclockwise direction. So I know it's not very bright. It's a little hard to see. Southwest winds here, northwest winds here. So that'll give you a clue. Then the other is that there should be a change in the temperature. So red is really warm, green is cooler. And so along and ahead of the front should be your warm air, and behind the front, cooler air. So those are the things to look for. And then if you want to, you can go cheat by looking at the National Weather Service, and they will publish on NSEP where the fronts are. But hopefully look these others will help you to be able to pick it out without having to go look at what they have analyzed. Some of these fronts are a little bit weak in the summertime, so you don't see the dramatic differences. And so I'll admit I even go to see their thoughts on where they're going to actually place the front to get a little guidance myself at times. So pick out a front and tell why you think there's a front there in the forum, and that will count as one of your forum responses for this week.